Hi everyone, this is Audapostrophe. Let's continue our game of Chrome Wolf running on Nintendo Switch. Excuse me. Yeah, this is a very intriguing game to me. Mainly because, your first three characters that you meet, your main characters, one of them is killed, and the other two commit war crimes. So, I mean, that's about as intriguing as any drama you're ever going to get in an RPG. This tent is Mission HQ. The Freedom Fighters come up with battle plans here. If you're not on a mission, talk to Mission HQ and take on a new mission. Here we are fighting the Imperial Army, but none of us wanted this in the first place. We used to petition for freedom with dialogues through Sir Oswald, who used to be an admiral in the army. But the Imperial government wouldn't hear any of it, even if it was Sir Oswald representing us Unicornians. It wasn't just the Imperial government that was cruel, though. All Imperialists were apathetic towards us. The Empire further labeled us as rebels and started attacking us. What else could we do but fight? To attain true sovereignty, we had to rid the system known as the Empire. This is Freedom Base. It's the home of the Unicornians who are tired of being oppressed by the Empire. We were being chained to this Empire. All hail Unicornians. My husband joined the Freedom Fighters hoping to free the Unicornians. I wanted to support him and even came all the way to HQ. There's nothing I can do but pray for his safety every day. Adults are always thinking about fighting. I hate it. Us kids are so sad, and yet they don't realize it. I think the freedom movement is important, but they need to focus on the family, too. You can buy a pistol or an SMG. Attack 10 or attack 12, 3 to 4 low attacks. So I have a scatter gun right now. Shotgun, Gatling. Tactical vest. Defense +4 implies bleed resistance. Panic charm. Lifestone. Nullifies confuse ailment. Does it not cost anything? What does it cost? Oh, 800? Oh, okay. No thanks. Not for 800. I can do the Gatling gun, I guess. Removes confuse from an enemy or from an ally. Probably need it. Removes bleed from an ally. Oh, that's for chrome points. Okay, we're not ready for that yet. Howdy there, youngins. This is the bar for newbies like yourself. It's a bit of a boot camp here, run by retired soldiers. If you have any questions about battles, this is the place to be. You'll most likely find your answers here. Not to jump the gun, but I'm in charge of explaining military classes. Want to hear me out? That's fine. Take your time. Have a drink on the house. Oh, I meant to say yes. Military class indicates your role as a soldier. You can also picture it as your job as a soldier. Every class has its own parameters and proficient weapons, as well as its own set of skills to be acquired. There are also passive abilities limited to each class. I'll go through each class and their characteristics, so listen carefully. Trooper, a strong class that fights on the forefront. Strong in attack and defense, they learn skills that protect allies. Supporter, a class that supports allies, learn skills that boost allies' parameters. Sniper, a class that excels in long-range attacks. Strong in attack, they learn skills that can fall enemies in one shot. I think that should have said fell enemies in one shot. Mage, class specializing in magic abilities. Strong in magic power and magic defense, they also learn void magic. Recon, class specializing in speed, they can move without being seen and steal items from enemies. That's just a brief summary of military classes. Level up these classes to learn many different skills. If you master a class, you can acquire the passive abilities of the class. To do that, you have to gain over a certain amount of CP, which can be acquired after each battle. Once you learn a skill, you won't forget it even if you change classes. Speaking of which, if you change classes at Mission HQ, anytime you feel like it, try out different combinations. However, you cannot change classes just yet. Learn how to battle first. I have to warn you though, you do not gain any CP if you defeat enemies while in a tank. Tanks are handy, but you won't learn any class skills if you stay cramped up in that metal box the whole time. That's it for my spiel. Now go forth and become all that you can be in our army. Alright, hold on a minute. I know all about emblems. You want to learn about them? Yeah, sure. Emblems are a unique item that constantly offers their wearer special effects. Plus, you can level up the elemental rank in emblems just by equipping them and fighting in battles. You get CP after battles, right? You gain points for an element if you have an emblem equipped. Once that CP fills up, your elemental rank increases and you'll learn a new magic spell. In other words, you're losing out if you don't use them. Once you get one, make sure it's equipped. I'll go over the basics of magic elements as well. There are 4 types of magic: fire, water, lightning, and void magic. Their effects differ by the enemy. Fire, learn fire-based spells and attacks, as well as defensive spells. Fire is effective against bugs and animals. Water, learn water-based spells and healing spells. Water is effective against reptiles. Lightning, learning lightning-based spells and barrier spells that reduce damage. Lightning is effective against armored enemies. Void, learn non-elemental spells. Mages learn spells as they gain ranks. No strengths or weaknesses. Enemies that cannot be hurt from normal attacks, even with a tank, should be susceptible to magic. Remember that magic isn't released immediately after selecting the command. You need time to cast a spell. Enemies that use spells also need to cast them, so be sure to keep an eye out for them. I guess that's all I know. Good luck and safe travels. Oh, hello. Would you like to hear me talk about commands and controls in battle? Alright, let me tell you about controls first. Direction buttons, left stick, move cursor, change pages in skill window. A button executes, B button cancels. R button switches to auto battle. Auto battle repeats actions according to settings for each character. I'll go over character commands next. You can choose commands for each character. Attack performs physical attack. Skill, use magic or skill. Note that all magic requires a time lag to activate after casting. Item, use an item in your inventory. Defend, focus on defending. Retreat, run away from the battle. Change formation. Embark, get in a tank and fight. Or get in a tank to fight. Cannot be selected in locations like caves or buildings where tanks cannot enter. How about we go over tank commands now? Fighting in a tank is a bit different than in person. Fire, basic attack that hits one target. Special, use special shells or devices. Repair fix up damaged areas of the tank. Charge recovers energy when you're running low. Retreat, run away from battle. Disembark, get out of the tank and fight in person. That's all I have to offer. Live long and prosper. I'm an expert on status elements. It'd be too late if you panic after catching something, so why not learn about them now? Alright, that's what I'd like to hear. Let's go into detail about ailments that affect your physical body. The following are known as physical ailments. The effects will last until you cure them with items or magic. Be fully prepared at all times. Bleed. Lose 25% of your current HP with every action. Weak. Max HP is halved and cannot gain AP. Petrify. Cannot move at all. Will die instantly from a critical physical attack. Next I'll go over psychological status elements. Most of them affect your ability to perform commands. The effects may be powerful, but they only last the duration of a battle. If in danger, you should cure them immediately. Sleep. Cannot move for several turns. Confuse. Attack enemies or allies randomly. Forget. Cannot use items and all passive abilities are disabled. Last are cursed status elements. They have various effects. I'd hate to be on the bad side of those that can cast these. The following last even after the battle is over, but some are sometimes automatically removed as well. Silence. Cannot use any magic or skills while in effect. Blind. Accuracy of physical attacks is reduced by 66%. Ruin. Doubles the wait time for your next turn or immobilizes you if you're unlucky. Before I forget, there are ailments that affect tanks as well. Tanks are affected differently from ailments that affect people. These effects are caused by elements using magic or other attacks. Don't let your guard down. Frozen, caused by water-based attacks. Burning, caused by fire-based attacks. Blowout, caused by lightning-based attacks. If enemies are blown out, they cannot use special attacks or skills. Frozen and burning can be replaced with another ailment. They may be automatically removed during battle. All these ailments only last for the duration of the battle, so there's no reason to panic. And that sums up quite nicely, don't you think? If you need a recap, talk to me again. Aren't tanks awesome? I've never been in a tank, but I know a lot about them. Are you familiar with tanks? If not, I can fill you in. First things first, you need a tank key to operate a tank. If you have one, you can use it on the world map or simply select Confirm to get into your tank at any time. If you run into enemies while in your tank, you will battle while still in it. While you're in your tank, it'll always be one versus the enemy group. But tanks are powerful. Normal attacks won't affect them, and they can take out most enemies in a single hit. Oh, wait, I've heard this one. Okay, never mind. We have heard this one. Who, me? I talk about parameters all day, every day. You up for it? Alright, yeah, out the guts. Lend me your ears. Level indicates strength. HP, hit points. SP, skill points. AP shows up as a percentage in the rifle gauge. Required to use weapon-based skills. Taking turns during battles will fill up your AP slowly. AP cannot be restored at ends. ATK, physical attack power. DEF, defense, physical defense. SPD, speed in battle. MAG, magic power. MDF, magic defense. DEX, dexterity. XP, gain a certain amount to increase the level of a character gained by defeating enemies. CP, class points. G, gold. Well, we go over tank parameters as well. You can thank me later. HP, a tank's durability. Energy, current energy amount shown as a percentage during battles. Capacity, max amount of energy. Output, amount of energy recovered with the charge command. Cost, the amount of energy used when executing the cannon command. Firepower, attack power of main cannon. Armor, physical defense. Magic resistance, magic defense. Mobility, movement is faster, turns in battles come sooner and more frequently. Reload affects the delay of using the main cannon. Reload only affects the cannon action. That's about it. Just learn as you go and don't come asking me for tips again. Okay, man. Is that all there is? I guess that's all there is. Yo, Kruz, man, the higher-ups looking for you too? Anne, what's with your face? Looks like you haven't slept in days. This is the worst I've seen you. I was on patrol during the night shift. Don't blame me for looking so tired. That's rough, man. I'm sure Olga woke you up in a nice way, though. Did you get a wake-up kiss? I'm so jealous. I wish we could switch places for just a day. Please do. Perhaps my ulcers will go away. Ah, funny as always. I guess she hadn't lightened up at all, eh? You must really suck to see her. But then again, you guys are like two peas in a pod. Or it must really suck to see her. What do you mean? Think about it. Camp is more fun when you can sweet-talk an angry shrew and change her into a cute, submissive girl. Sorry for being a shrew. Is there something you want to say to me, Sergeant Gardle? Yikes! That just blew up in my face. Oh, hey, Olga. You're looking really good today. New makeup? I don't wear makeup. I swear we had this conversation yesterday. The day before yesterday. Oh, right. I knew that. So, what do you say, me and you tonight? I know this great restaurant. I think we're going to pass. All the other ladies on base said the restaurant you know is the worst. Oh, I see. Besides, I hate imperialists, especially ones that remain alive after betraying their comrades. You talking about me? Did that ring a bell to you? If so, then you admit to it too. Got nothing to say? That just means you aren't fully committed to the freedom fighters yet. That's why I don't trust you. A backstabber will backstab again in the future. Calm down in here. We can hear your lovers quarrel from across the camp, you know. Major Barton, Lord Oswald, I apologize for our rudeness. At ease, soldier. Fighting with each other is just a sign of your youth. We used to fight like that all the time, right, Bart? Don't let them off that easily. Internal trouble will affect the morale of our troops. Especially you, Olga. I know how you feel, but Kruz is one of us now. Get that in your head. Yes, sir. So, what do the leaders of the freedom fighters need us for? There's only one reason we called you here today. We have an important mission that, for the most skilled soldiers we have, you three. But before we start the briefing, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Someone? I don't suppose it's the support member you told us about before? Sharp as always, Kruz. Let me introduce you to the newest member of your team for this mission. Sweet, this is my lucky day. Is it a smoking hot girl, right? Is she adorable too? Adorable, I guess you could say that, but you probably won't be so happy when you see him. Come in here. Williot? Oh, the older Williot. Yes, sir, Private Williot, reporting for duty. It hasn't been that long, has it? Kruz, long time no see. And hey, sis, looking forward to joining this unit. Williot, what are you doing here? Bummer. Olga, you know this guy? Sir, I'm Sergeant Olga's younger brother. I enlisted into the freedom fighters because I want to fight for Unicornian liberty. Now, this is a surprise. I never expected to see you here. I can't believe Olga let you join. I can't either. Williot, this is the first time I've heard about you enlisting. I'm sorry for not telling you earlier. I just want to help both you and Kruz, who saved my life. But above all, I want to fight the Unicornians as a Unicornian. But I want to fight for the Unicornians as a Unicornian. No lie there. I don't care. I won't have it. You're the only family I have left. If something were to happen to you... you're the only family Williot has left too. Williot went through a lot of hard training so he could protect you. You do understand that, right? Kruz is right. Saying any more would be rude to all his hard work. If they assign me to this team, it means I can hold my own. You'll see. If you're worried about him, then just be sure to carry out your mission more carefully from now on. All of you. Fine. I can't reverse a decision that's already been made, so let's get on with it. One thing though, Williot. I am your superior on the battlefield, so you must listen to what I tell you. Is that clear? Yes, ma'am. That's all for the introductions. We'll now brief you on your upcoming mission. Platoon 605, you are ordered to use the Bolo Trail and head to Alcott Village. The Bolo Trail is east of HQ, right? It's a dangerous path, if I recall. Alcott Village is currently controlled by the Imperial Army. What business do we have there? According to an informer, someone is being confined at Alcott Village. That person is none other than Prince Yuri. He's the son of the Emperor Lenoir and second heir to the throne. Did you say Prince Yuri? Prince Yuri has a pro-Unicornian stance. Yes, currently they say he is sick and being treated in the Imperial Castle. But that is a farce. Prince Yuri has anchored Emperor Lenoir and is under confinement. Prince Yuri questioned the details of how our home Tresca village was burned to the ground. I don't trust Imperialists, but Prince Yuri is an exception. He will make our hopes come true. An Imperialist loved by Unicornians. Very interesting. Well, looks like this interesting fellow said something that would go against the Empire. So that's why he was sent away from his official post to Alcott Village. That just means that whatever Prince Yuri says carries that much weight. He truly is our hope. That's why I'd like to save Prince Yuri in the name of the Freedom Fighters. This is where you come in. Infiltrate Alcott Village and escort the prince safely back here to Freedom Base. The objective is clear, but shouldn't there be more men sent to escort someone of his stature? Or are we being ordered to just break through all defenses? We don't expect you to take down every single one of their guards, just move in the shadows. This is a covert op with our best agents. We even gave you a new recruit with a promising future to support you. You could also say that you couldn't afford to give us any more than one new recruit. I will carry my own weight. Just give me a chance. You heard the recruit, but if you want, I can remove him from this mission. That won't be necessary. I'm not in any position to turn down a mission. I'm in too. We should be able to turn the tables with him. Cool. I'm with you on this one, Olga. Then that's it. Here are the details of your mission. I won't repeat myself. Go east from HQ, past the bullet trail to rescue the prince who's been confined in Alcott Village. As I mentioned, this is a covert operation. You are to sneak in, then sneak back out. So we need you to use the polo trail where their defense is the weakest. Once you get to Alcott Village, our insider should have a way past the guards ready for you. Slip through their defenses, get to the mansion in the northeast part of the village, and secure the target. Any questions? Roger that. Platoon 65, moving out. Good answer, soldier. We're counting on you. Okay. Oh boy, now I have more people I need to buy stuff for. Oh no. They all have pistols, huh? Going east. Fighting stuff. I swear I just got water. What the heck? I'm drinking like a damn fish. I'll be right back. Okay. Here we are, the Bola Trail. I heard the path was rough, but this is beyond my expectations. I doubt even the Empire would expect anyone to come through this path. Maybe not, but they probably have at least one squad on patrol. We can try to go unnoticed and take down the unit if we run into them. Abducting the Prince of the Empire is no easy task, so that much is expected. Gardel, we're not abducting him, we're rescuing him. He is the man to become our hope. Please be proper when speaking about him. Whoops. Alright, young man. Oh, and look at you. You're one of those honor students. Yeah, some people call me that. Something bad about it? Not at all. I was just thinking how fun it'd be to teach you things they don't teach you in school. Gardel, this is not the time for your private talk. We are entering enemy territory. Focus on the mission. Williot, that goes for you too. If you're caught up in the conversation, your reaction time to your surroundings will be slower. I know that. Sis, you're such a worrywart. That's what I like about you, Olga. I wish you would care for me like that. Don't ask the impossible. I can't imagine having a womanizer for a little brother. You sure are one tough a catch. It's okay. I like that hard part of you, too. This guy doesn't give up, does he? Funny. Yeah, you can tell there's quite a lot to this game. I mean, an Aqua emblem, a Thunder emblem, you can have a Flame emblem, and I'm out of emblems. I mean, I would play this kind of game all the time on the Super Nintendo. It very much reminds me of something that would have been on the Super Nintendo. But obviously, this is a much higher resolution game than a Super Nintendo game. But it does kind of fit into that retro genre. Maybe even PlayStation 1. This might have been something that kind of would have been part of that that game system's library. There were a lot of early, at least early on, there were a lot of 2D games, for the companies that were just kind of getting their feet wet with PlayStation, and weren't all that confident about, building, environments with polygons or characters with polygons. So they just made, super powered cartridge games, essentially, or games that we would with visuals that we were used to on a cartridge-based system. Those were all some of my favorite games. That early 3D of the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, quite frankly, looked like absolute garbage. I mean, there's no really nice way to say it. It's just those games looked terrible. I had a lot of games that played really good, but when I go back and look at G Police or 1 or even Metal Gear Solid, I'm just very challenged by how the 3D polygons look. Versus, something on the Super Nintendo and the Genesis. Still looking like something that's viable today. Just the cartoony look is something that is very nostalgic to you and will interest you forever in your life. At least that's how I think, There is certainly bad 2D, so don't get me wrong. I'm not so nostalgic that I think everything that looks like it has pixel art on it is going to tug at my nostalgia meter hard enough for me to like it. I think I've gone on record in this on the channel many times about how I don't like certain visuals. Because not only are they, too retro from an era that is, created games that were not good looking even at their time. Then they also play like they play like garbage too. Way too many of those out there. And there were garbage games during that era too. So it's not like there just are not garbage games that have a pixel look and are classic. Plenty of classic games are garbage. I just don't want to play them. It's funny that it just only now occurred to me that the Unicornians actually do have a single horn in their portraits and their character models. I was like, oh, okay, they really are unicorns. I thought it was just the name of the people. But now that I take a closer look, okay, I get it. I mean, this game's themes of racism and classism are, pretty obvious. But so far, it's not quite so heavy-handed. So, and if it is brought up, it's in relation to how it affects the people and how it affects the war. Okay, well, I kind of have a bad feeling about this, so let's save. It's not looking like we're going to be in a friendly place right here. Big open area? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I find the script and these characters very intriguing. Again, Kenko published games, they tend to pick developers who will give you a nice meaty story with great characters. Hey guys, hold on. What is it, Olga? Need to rest your legs? No way, idiot. I sense someone's coming from over there. You're right. Sounds like trained uniformed steps. Must be the Imperial Army patrol. Or must be the Imperial Army patrol squad. I can't hear a thing. Can unicornians hear that well? Unicornians used to live in the forest. We're quite sensitive to these sounds. A survival skill. I still can't believe how sharp your ears are. The footsteps are getting closer. I don't think we can avoid confrontation. Then let's take the initiative and surprise them first. Don't give them a chance to call for backup. Roger, this will be my first actual battle. I'll definitely pull my own weight. You mean, besides all the other battles we've been going through? Well, who are you people? Don't tell me. Rebel Army scum? I better call for backup. Tough luck. Oh boy, they're very hellgasty, aren't they? I also like how quick these battles are. Yeah! Like, I don't need a speed up button if the whole game runs at a good pace, right? Williot, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. You were more than fine. You were really on fire out there. Is this really your first fight? This is nothing compared to that time. They will suspect something when this patrol squad doesn't return. It's all over if that happens. Yeah, let's wrap things up before that happens. Although you can tell this is on a very, not a very advanced engine. You know, they've got not as much scrolling going on. I mean, things only scroll when they need to. Like, even these battles are fairly static. Not a whole ton of movement. But that's okay. I mean, it just reminds me of RPG Maker. And again, the Chemical published games tend to have these. The engine that they use is very RPG Maker-ish in its results. And depending on the development house, they may or may not try to push the envelope on that engine. So, this is Alcott Village. There aren't any Imperial soldiers from what I can see. We were told there'd be an opening for us, but the place is wide open. Why don't we just consider ourselves lucky? Let's get it over with and head back. Prince Yuri's in the mansion to the northeast of the village. Let's check it out. Oh, what is this for? Are these tank keys? Welcome, we sell tank-related goods. Pardon me, but it seems that you don't have a tank yet. Oh, that's true, we don't. We didn't get any tank keys. Okay, well, we just got out of we just bought a bunch of stuff, so I don't imagine there's a whole lot of money to be had that we can spend money on, or even if there were things there, then we don't have any money to spend things on, or we just don't have any money. Yeah, what's the right way to say it late at night? I don't know. This is the village of Alcott. It's a quiet village with farms and ranches. Actually, there's a young nobleman who just came and is being treated in the mansion over the hill. I've never seen him, but the security's really tight, so I assume he's of high stature. Oh, thanks for blabbing. There's some nobleman in the mansion over there. Do you know who it is? I'm trying to find out, but the bodyguards found me and wouldn't let me get close. It's so unfair. This is our village. It makes me so angry. Good grief. We're not doing so well this year. This is all because the Imperial Army and freedom fighters are fighting nearby. A cow ran away last week and stepped on a landmine some idiot planted. Blew it to pieces. The field and its crops are all we've got. They can fight, but I wish they wouldn't involve us in the mess. I helped Daddy with his work. I dust off the dirt from the roots, see? The city folk won't buy our crops unless they're clean. The color and shape matters too, but they're all the same when eaten anyway. No, they are not all the same, actually. Some things do taste different. Even across the same harvest. Across the same plot of land, they can be very different tasting items. This is the mansion Prince Yuri is in? Looks like a plain old house. Just go to show how modest he is. Prince Yuri is really as wonderful as they say. Kruz, don't you agree? Something's wrong here. What's wrong, bro? What's bothering you? Isn't it strange? There are no guards, even though the Prince of the Empire is here. Now that you mention it, it is strange. I've got a bad feeling about this. Let's hurry to the second floor. Why don't we get out of here? What are you talking about? It's clearly a trap. Who are you? You don't look like guards. How observant of you, Prince Yuri. We apologize for dropping in without an appointment, but we're here to end your life. But we're here for your life. You know who I am? Who hired you? Sorry, Prince, can't tell you. We are under a non-disclosure agreement. Don't expect any guards to come. We're the only ones in this mansion. Ch. That's as far as you go. Who are you? Where'd you come from? So, there were intruders here. It looks like we made it in time. Prince Yuri, don't worry. We'll be sure to protect you. What on earth? There weren't supposed to be any guards. Just step away from him. You'll regret it if you don't. Curse you all. We'll just take you out along with the prince. Kill one, kill a few. It's all the same. Hope you're ready to die. Now, this is interesting. Will we be the hunters or the hunted? Let's find out. Princess like, I'm not getting involved in this. You guys can fight for my life all you want. Ah. Ugh. This wasn't supposed to... Ugh. Now that's how you take out the trash. But who exactly were these guys? They were probably hired to assassinate me. If you didn't come when you did, I wouldn't be standing here right now. We're honored, Prince Yuri. I'm just glad you're safe. By the way, I don't recognize your uniforms. Which squad are you in? Excuse us, Prince. My name is Kruz. I fight for the liberty of the Unicornians. Liberty of Unicornians? Does that mean you're in the rebel army that's revolting against my father? Yes, we heard that you were in Alka village, so we came to get you. You shouldn't be locked up here. Please come and lead us. Are you telling me to join the freedom movement? I can't do that. Prince Yuri, why not? The Emperor was the one who put you in this situation. Now it's time to stand up and fight. If we defeat the Emperor, we can liberate Unicornians and your honor. Stop. It's true that I spoke up against my father, which is why I'm here. I'm doing everything for my father. I'm trying to right his wrongs, but my intentions don't include dethroning him. I plan to persuade my father without resorting to violence. I admire your ideal, but do you really have the luxury to do that? Huh? Ask yourself, why are you here? The soldiers meant to protect you weren't even in the village. If there were people willing to give up their lives to protect you, I don't think we would have made it here, Prince. What are you trying to say? Don't you get it? It was the same for the insurgents earlier. Prince, you have enemies within the Empire. Someone lured the guards away on purpose so they could get to you. You shouldn't stay here. It would be best to leave immediately. I can't guarantee you'll be saved next time if you stay. No way. Please come with us. We can protect you. She's right. You can only persuade the Emperor if you're alive. You have to come with us. You're right. My life is in your hands. Prince, we've been waiting for your arrival. I've heard what happened. I'm happy to see you safe. Long time no see, Lord Oswald. I believe we last met while you were still a military admiral. Yes, at the time the Empire had proclaimed the liberty of Unicornians. It was the peak of my career. Allow me to apologize in my father's stead. He betrayed your loyalty. It's all in the past. A necessary sacrifice for the newborn Empire. But things can't remain the way they are. I want to free the Unicornians for all generations to come. I know. I'll do everything in my power to change things as well. Just to clarify, though, my goal is to solve the problems by holding discussions. But of course, allow us to help you get your message across to the Emperor in any way we can. Please come with me. I apologize for the conditions, but we have prepared a tent for you to stay in. Well done, team. You've even convinced the prince to join us. You've really outdone yourselves. Major, stop. It's weird hearing you say stuff like that. Now I'm all squirmy. Really? That's no way to talk to someone who's complimenting you. Gardel just isn't used to hearing you say good things about him, Major Bart. Major Bart, do you have any intel on the identities of those thugs that attacked the prince? Unfortunately not, but I suspect they were hired by Imperial noblemen. Imperial noblemen are opposed to our freedom because they stand to gain by keeping us as slaves. I see, so to them the prince is nothing but a hindrance because he lobbies for us. The prince is destined to be emperor one day, so all the more reason to nip the bud before it blooms. They would kill the prince of a nation to guarantee their best interests. Imperialists really are out of their mind. On the bright side, we were able to retrieve Prince Yuri without a hitch. We should be grateful. Enough with the small talk. You're dismissed until we decide what to do next. Take some time off for now. Does that mean we have free time? Woohoo! Hey, Williot, let's grab a drink. Since you just joined the team, it'll be on me. But I'm underage, so no alcohol. Hey, you'll be calling me bro in the future, so you better listen to what I say. Come on, this way. Hey, stop pulling. Oh boy, what a lively bunch. Hey, Kruz, make sure Gardel doesn't go overboard, will ya? Is that an order, Major Bart? I'd like to get some sleep in my tent if possible. Yes, it's an order. Go have some fun with your mates. I can't disobey orders. I expect my tent to be covered as a military cost, though. Every man Jack. Fine. They all did a fine job, so I guess I'll allow it. Olga, aren't you going to go with the boys? No, I have to draft the mission report. It's not something the boys can handle. This is true. It's that part of you that'll make a man happy someday. Oh, quit it, Major Bart. I'm still not ready to move on after what happened 3 years ago. Speaking of, why was Williot assigned to our platoon? Still looking for an answer? I put Williot in your platoon to fix Kruz's problem. Problem? Kruz has a tendency to look for life-threatening situations. I think he subconsciously wants to die. But he would never willingly let Williot get hurt, so we should remedy his problem. So, this is all for Kruz? No, it's for the freedom fighters. A meaningless death would be a waste for an excellent soldier like Kruz. Olga, don't you go shooting him in the back, alright? You think Kruz wants to die? I think you got it all wrong, Major. I know his true nature. He would do anything if it meant he could live. He'll show that part of himself one day, and when he does, I'll avenge Rickard. I'll avenge everybody from that day. The following day. Good. It looks like you're all here. I'd like to discuss the future of Platoon 605 with you all. Prince Yuri will be joining us today, so be on your best behavior. Major, you don't have to speak so loud. We can hear you just fine. My head. Gardel, you hungover? Kruz, I told you to keep an eye on him. I'm sorry, Major. I couldn't follow through with your orders. Kruz tried his best to contain him. But some people never listen. Heavens, what will we do with you? I think what you're about to hear will sober you up, though. As of today, Platoon 605 will be my personal corps. You will help me accomplish certain tasks. You'll be an independent mobile unit, so I've named you Chrome Wolf. You'll be a special force that acts in my place. Things aren't looking so great for the freedom fighters. The Empire's persistent attacks are driving us into a corner. So we plan to dispatch several units across the land in the Prince's name to score victories and raise our morale. So, we were picked based on our good looks, right? Or is it because our unit rescued Prince Yuri? In essence, we'd be a special force that'll boost our fighters' morale. I think we're about to gain some new enemies. But people will prioritize our resupply and provide support. There are some benefits to this. I understand everything, but may I ask just one question? Please do. What is it? Prince Yuri, I believe you are looking to hold discussions with the Emperor and aiming for a peaceful resolution. Am I right? But wouldn't establishing a personal corps in your name defy everything you mentioned? You couldn't be more right. However, my father would never listen to me the way it is. I think ending up in Alcott Village is enough proof of that. I must become someone that my father can respect and listen to. Otherwise, we won't even reach the negotiation stage. In other words, we're a trophy unit for you to show your power to the Empire. That's right. Actually, that's the main agenda I want the Chrome Wolf Brigade to have. I won't have any regrets, even if they call me a traitor for this. Did Lord Oswald talk him into all of this? It doesn't sound like something the Prince would come up with. So our mission will be that much harder. There really isn't time to take it easy. You two seem displeased. Don't tell me you hate the idea of fighting for the Prince. That's not it. It's just... well, we'll have to do whatever we're told. You can count on us, Prince. We'll do our best to meet your hopes. Thank you. I promise to do everything I can to accommodate you. Let's get back to your duties. There's still one thing left to do in this Chrome Wolf Brigade. That is? You need a leader. I let you guys go without one under my command, but that has got to change. An official brigade must have a team leader. So you need to choose a leader amongst you. Any volunteers? Meh, I'll pass. Someone else can take care of the boring stuff. I think Kruz would make a good leader. I only fought side by side with him for a limited time, but he seems the most qualified in terms of strategy and skill. I'm against it. Kruz used to fight for the enemy. I can't fight under a man I don't trust. Sis, you can't be serious. How long are you going to hold that grudge? Allow me to fill the role. There isn't a problem with a female leader, is there? No, not at all. Is that okay with you, Kruz? Yes, it's fine. I think Olga is right for the job. Isn't that right, Williot? Sure. Then your new team leader is Olga. May you be wise, as your decisions will determine our future. I will replace Major Bart and hand out missions to you directly from Mission HQ. Choose the mission you wish to undertake at Mission HQ when looking for a new mission. You can choose the mission you want to do at HQ. Oh, that's interesting. To advance the main story, select an option under Accept Main Mission. For side stories, select an option under Accept Submission. If problems arise on location, you may have to make decisions without consulting me. If there is an action I deem fitting and worthy of this brigade, I will make it official. Don't worry about this. Our intel will automatically inform you on location during your mission. As you complete missions, I will be rating Chrome Wolf Brigade's performance. If you exceed a certain rating, you will be rewarded with emblems and arms, as well as promotions. Arms? Prince, what are these arms? Kruz, you need to hit the books. Arms are a special kind of magical weapons that use element technology. A person is only allowed to equip one, but it can only be used when your AP score reaches 100. Arms have different effects and can turn the tide of a battle if used effectively. To celebrate the birth of Chrome Wolf Brigade, let me give you a few arms I have on me. Got Regenerator and Shock Cannon. Don't forget to equip the arms from Menu Arms. You cannot use them if you don't equip them in advance. Please don't forget. Roger that. Thank you for these arms. We'll put them to good use. After a few missions, you will be awarded. Once you defeat a certain amount of enemies. The desk on the left is the register, and will take your battle history and convert them into points as you meet the quotas. Only battles that you've won are counted. Fleeing from them obviously doesn't count. With CWP, you can visit the CWP shop in town and acquire special support. For more details, check Menu Data Help CWP. Now that you're a new unit, you can freely change your military classes. The only condition is that you have to report to Prince Yuri when you want to change classes. This ends our meeting. Please talk to me to accept your first mission. Oh, okay. This is feeling like it's a meaty game. I'm a little surprised, actually. I mean, I'm very, very pleasantly surprised that it's turning out to be something, pretty special for Kemco. This is Autopostrophe. You've been watching Chrome Wolf running on Nintendo Switch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.